I must appeal to Babangida. If he really truly loves Nigeria, he should set Nigeria free.
In the heart of Minna, Niger State, sits a sprawling 50-room fortress known as the Hilltop Mansion. Inside this fortress sits an 84-year-old man in a wheelchair. His name is General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. In the history books, he is a retired military dictator. But to those who understand the dark underworld of Nigerian politics, he is known by a far more sinister title, the Evil Genius. Think about this carefully. In Nigeria, military dictators do not usually die of old age in their own beds. Major General Ibrahim was brutally assassinated. General Murtala Mohammed was riddled with bullets in his Mercedes-Benz. General Sani Abacha died mysteriously in the middle of the night. Even civilian leaders like Chief MKO Abiola never survived the treacherous waters of Nigerian power. Yet, Babangida is still here.
IBB has never told the truth in his life, and I'm not surprised that he has continued to engage in falsehood.
He overthrew a sitting military regime in 1985. He systematically annulled the freest and fairest democratic election Nigeria ever saw in 1993. He was at the helm when one of the country's finest investigative journalists, Dele Giwa, was blown to pieces by a parcel bomb. He survived two of the bloodiest, most violent military coup attempts in African history. And today, decades later, he does not live in a prison cell. He does not live in exile. Instead, he lives in an absolute luxury. As recently as early 2025, the entire political elite of Nigeria, including President Bola Tinubu and opposition leaders, gathered at a lavish ceremony in Abuja to celebrate the launch of Babangida's official presidential library and his memoir titled A Journey in Service. The question we need to ask today is not just what this man did. The real question, the one that has never been spoken aloud, is this: how does a man that dangerous live that long in a country as volatile as Nigeria, completely untouched? Grab your drinks, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the ultimate puppet master of West Africa.
IBB never wanted to hand over power. We were part of this. Nobody told me the story. We forced him out of power August of 1993.
To understand how Babangida became untouchable, we must look at how he stole the nation. In August 1985, Nigeria was under the iron fist of Major General Muhammadu Buhari and his fiercely loyal deputy, Tunde Idiagbon. Buhari was running a war against indiscipline. He was jailing corrupt politicians, locking down the economy, and clamping down on civil liberties. The military hierarchy was terrified. Buhari was becoming too powerful, too rigid, and too unpredictable. Enter Major General Ibrahim Babangida, then Chief of Army Staff. Unlike the strict and uncompromising Buhari, Babangida was charming, strategic, and politically calculating. On August 27, 1985, while Tunde Idiagbon was away in Mecca, Babangida staged a flawless palace coup. Buhari was removed from power and placed under house arrest for over 3 years. But Babangida ruled differently. Instead of relying only on fear, he built a powerful network through political appointments, oil blocks, and state resources. By making military elites dependent on him, he ensured that protecting Babangida meant protecting their own power and wealth. Once inside Todan Barracks, Babangida earned the nickname Maradona for his ability to outsmart opponents and escape political danger. His first major threat came from his childhood friend, Major General Mamman Vasa, who was accused of plotting a coup in 1985. Despite public pleas for mercy, Babangida approved the execution of Vasa and several officers in 1986, sending a brutal message to the military. Loyalty came before friendship. But the most shocking event of his regime was the assassination of investigative journalist Dele Giwa, editor of Newswatch magazine. Giwa had been investigating sensitive issues linked to the military government. On October 19, 1986, a parcel marked from the presidency was delivered to his home in Ikeja. When he opened it at breakfast, it exploded, killing him instantly. It was Nigeria's first known parcel bomb assassination. Despite years of legal battles led by human rights lawyer Gani Fareyimi, nobody was convicted. To many Nigerians, the message was clear. The law could not touch the powerful, and Babangida remained untouchable. On April 22, 1990, Major Gideon Orkar led one of the bloodiest coup attempts in Nigerian history. Rebel soldiers attacked Dodan Barracks with heavy weapons, destroyed Babangida's bedroom, and killed his bodyguard, UK Bello. Orkar even announced on national radio that Babangida's government had fallen. But Babangida escaped through a back exit with his family and contacted General Sani Abacha, who quickly led a brutal counter-attack. By the end of the day, the coup was crushed and many rebel soldiers were executed. The near-death experience changed Babangida forever. It divided Nigeria's intelligence system into separate agencies to prevent future plots and later moved the nation's capital from Lagos to Abuja, a more secure and fortified city built to protect the presidency from military attacks. By 1993, Babangida had spent years promising to return Nigeria to civilian rule while repeatedly delaying the transition. He created two government-controlled political parties and tightly managed the entire process. Then came the June 12 election. MKO Abiola won overwhelmingly in what many still consider Nigeria's freest election. But before the final results were completed, Babangida annulled the election. The country erupted in protest and violence. Hundreds were killed as demonstrators clashed with security forces. Babangida blamed electoral irregularities, but many believe powerful military figures, including Sani Abacha, refused to accept a civilian government they could not control. Under intense pressure, Babangida announced he was stepping aside in August 1993, handing power to an unelected interim government led by Ernest Shonekan. Just 3 months later, Abacha overthrew the government, arrested Abiola, and unleashed one of Nigeria's darkest military regimes. While Abacha absorbed the public anger and international criticism, Babangida quietly returned to his hilltop mansion in Minna, escaping political consequences once again. After the death of Sani Abacha in 1998, Nigeria returned to civilian rule. Many expected Ibrahim Babangida to face investigation for June 12 and the death of Dele Giwa. Instead, he became even more influential. Babangida reportedly played a major role in supporting Olusegun Obasanjo's rise to power in 1999, helping secure his own protection within the new democratic system. For decades, Babangida's hilltop mansion in Minna has remained a political meeting ground where top politicians visit to seek influence and endorsement. In 2025, Babangida publicly launched his memoir in Abuja and described the June 12 annulment as an unfortunate mistake. Political leaders from across Nigeria attended and applauded him. Today, despite old age and health challenges, Babangida remains one of the most controversial and powerful figures in Nigerian history. He outlived many of his rivals and critics, avoided prison, and maintained influence long after leaving office. To many Nigerians, Babangida did not just survive the system, he helped build it. Conclusively, that is the terrifying story of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the ultimate puppet master of Nigeria. Do you believe Babangida was truly forced by the military to annul the June 12 election? Or was it his ultimate plan to stay in control of Nigeria forever? Why do you think successive Nigerian governments are still afraid to investigate him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is a story that history tries to bury. So please share this video with your friends to keep the truth alive. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss our deep dives into the dark world of history and politics. Thank you for watching and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.